Well, I thought I'd come on and say hello because I haven't been on for about a week or something. But it's for two reasons. One, the lighting in the caravan is really poor. You've got to get it at exactly the right time of day because there's not enough light in here. And even though I've got all my fairy lights on and everything, it's just not enough to do a vlog. And I did one last time with Paul, and it's really hard to get him as well because we both work, but we work different days, different times. And when we do get together, it's dark, so I can't. It's really annoying. When I lived in a house, I had proper lights, and this van is just, it's just full of fairy lights, which are not strong enough to give enough light for a camera, and so it doesn't work. So I'm going to do another vlogs with Paul, but again, it's probably going to be spring before I can do out really, because there's not enough natural light. This is the first time I've caught some light in a while, and it's 10:20 in the morning. But yesterday when I was off, it was dark all day because it was raining and overcast, and so I couldn't do anything yesterday. On top of all that, I've still got this cold that's been 4 weeks now. It's quite a strange one because I know loads of people who've got it and they all say the same thing. It seems to morph from one thing into another, so it's like you're getting another cold after another cold all the time. But I think it's the same one, but it morphs into something else. It's just really bad. So I keep having coughing fits and fits where I can't really do any talking without spluttering and rubbish. So it's just things like that stop you doing a vlog. I went through the footage of me with Steve at Christmas time because obviously we've talked since that last vlog, and he said he still wants me to put the video up, but I was looking at the video and it was alright and everything, you could hear him, but I was coughing all the way through it and it spoilt the video audio. So Paul sent me another link to a new software that I might be able to work, but I'm not a technical person, so I need to be shown how to do it. So on this software that he sent me, you can actually block out the background noise, so it might help with the coughing and spluttering, but it just ruined everything because I was so bad then I couldn't even speak without coughing. So it'd be nice to get that footage on because then you can see what happened at Christmas time. It's yeah, well, as you know, I told you anyway, he's bought a yacht and wanted me to go and live on it in a few years' time. That's never going to happen. I'm not going to do that. But I have been, I have started learning a seafaring course, which is like learning how to use compasses and stuff. So I might go on it as a jaunt to get some experience and everything, because you never know what the future's going to bring. It's not something that appeals to me or makes me want to run out and do it. I want my land. I want my land and I want to grow food. That's all. But yeah, this is just so annoying. It's stopping me doing things. I've been going to work every single day. Well, I only work 3 days a week, but it is so miserable. And it's made me just want to pack everything in. I've come so close to walking out because the weather is so shocking and it is so gruelling to work in it all day long because I'm outside, and I think that's stopping me getting better because it's constantly rain, damp, cold, and then it goes mild, and then it's just like you can't expect anything else for this time of year. But to work in it all day long is just really, I don't know if it's my age, I don't know, because I've done this for 3 years in a row now, and the first 2 years I was fine, but the weather was mild as well. This year has been so cold and bleak and damp. I mean, my car is just covered in mud and it's just filthy. It needs a really, really good clean. But when I come back from work, I am just covered in mud from head to toe. I don't even know how it happens, but you just feel so filthy, and everything's just full of mud. Everything. So I don't want to be doing that another Christmas. Another winter. I want to be able to work indoors in winter from now on. So we've just got to get through it. It's January. I've got February, March. March is hit and miss. It could be really nice or it could be really cold. You just don't know. But it'd be nice to have a nice spring and summer this year. Because last year in Scotland, where I am, everybody was getting a heat wave down in England, and they were saying it's cracking flags. It's so bad down here. And yet up here it was rubbish. So we didn't have the same summer that they had. So you just never know, do you? But I'm looking at vertical gardening from the awning, because what I want to do is grow as much as possible in a small space. So the awning's bigger than the van, so it's about 7-8 foot wide and 21 feet long or something. So it's quite a good size. If that was a small garden, you'd say, well, you can do something in there. But if you do the vertical gardening, then you're growing upwards, which means you get a lot more in that same space. So I've done it before in my old house, but I spent money on this, and I don't want to be spending loads of money because I don't know how long I'm here for. It's just, I have my pitch here because of my job. I've always got to be mindful that if I move anywhere, for whatever reason, I've got to get rid of everything or store it. And I don't want to be storing lots of things and paying for storage if I'm not going to be able to use it again. So I've just got to be mindful that everything that I do has got to be cheap and cheerful but effective. Another thing that I'm doing is I'm going to be growing loads of seeds in a grow tent, and then when they've sprouted and got to a certain height, I'm going to go and plant them on my walks. So I'm going to be basically putting the food out there as wild food on a trail. And I think come summer, you could just go for a nice walk, and I'll know what things are because I've put them there and I'll know where they are. Whereas other people might walk past things and go, gosh, that looks like a mint, garden mint and stuff like that. But they won't think to say, oh, shall I get it or not? Whereas I'll know exactly it is garden mint, it's there. I can do my own foraging walks. So it's just learning skills and utilising them and making the most of them. Because at the moment, I'll tell you, this winter I have become so lazy and lethargic and sloth-like. I don't recognise myself. It's like I feel like I've turned into the media-driven person. You know, that the person that gets up in the morning and puts the TV on and sits in front of it all day watching telly, and never watches anything educational or of real interest. It's just rubbish, and that's what I've turned into. And I need a kick up the backside right now because this is not good. I've just tried to take the doggies for a walk, but both of them are limping, and they've been limping now for a few days, and it's because they're used to having salmon in their diet once a week, and they have mackerel and tuna and sardines, and we ran out of salmon. Well, should I say Paul did, but I've got a loaded freezer. So last night they had some salmon and they've loosened up a bit today. So it just shows you, if you've got a dog that looks like they've got arthritis, fish oils and that are great for them. So they'll be fine later. But I can't take them for a proper walk until they are fine, because I don't want to put pressure on the joints, because they're both, I think, 11 years old. I think that's how I don't even know how old they are. But anyway, I'm going to go now because it was just waffle, wasn't it? Steve wants to come on my vlogs. That's the guy who I ditched at Christmas. He's just astounded that I even told anybody that, which is hilarious. But I talk about whatever. And then Paul wants to come on them. So I will be introducing both of these people and bringing them on my vlogs. If they get on my wick, they'll get thrown off of it. It's just life. But I'm going to go for now, and I hope you all have a nice day. I'm just like, I'll do some more vlogs later when I get my voice and I've had something to eat and drink.